Welcome to a special Christmas episode of
Attack on Show.
Bang Bang Bang.
Jingle bells, jingle bells.
Anyhow,
We totally coordinated that.
yeah. So, we have a very exciting episode for you today. We are going to be talking about our top 5 favorite Christmas movies of all time, and then we're going to be settling one of the greatest debates in history.
I don't think it's much of a debate. I think it's
It
pretty
is
settled.
it is a debate. There is much that needs to be said about it, and that is Christmas movies. Is Die Hard considered a Christmas movie?
It's a done deal.
You can find out after these messages. We don't have any. But anyway.
No, our first holiday special. Super excited. So, I don't think there's much more to do except let our audience know. If you haven't already, click like, subscribe,
Comment, share.
the bell. Because you're on alert. Because not only are we doing a holiday special
Hit the
today.
jingle bell, baby.
Oh! I love it. I love it. But not
Oh,
only are we
man.
doing a holiday special today, but we are going to do a New Year's year-end and review best of episode after this. So we're hitting all the major holiday notes with Attack on Show.
Here we are.
So as always, I'm Robbie,
I'm Patrick Harney.
and this is
Attack on Show.
okay.
All right, so like I said, we are announcing our top 5 Christmas movies of all time, each of us personally. Now, I'm gonna dime Rob out here. He texted me saying, "Hey, we should avoid some of some
The
of the
obvious
classic,
ones.
the obvious ones." But you know what? I was like, well, you know what? Oh, I just hit the microphone, so I'm sorry if you heard that. You know, I was like, if it's my favorite though, then
Yeah, I mean, my
Let it be.
opinion was like kind of like Wheel of Fortune. Like you'd have these obvious picks out of the RSTLNEs of like that we all know are the favorite, but
RSTLNE.
yeah, like every time you do Wheel of Fortune, everyone used to pick those 5 letters, and now they just give it to them, and then you pick different letters in the final round. But you swayed me. You said no. If it's our favorite, it's our favorite. So are we? I do need to clarify. Are we doing these like worst to best, or just like these are top 5 in any random order? Because I didn't order mine that way.
Oh, you didn't?
No, but I can read them off in that order. I just didn't know how you wanted
If
to do
you
this.
could, yeah. You want to go first?
Worst to first?
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna count down number 5 to number 1.
Which it's really not worst, but 'cause
No, I mean-
if it making the top 5, then make the top 5.
I mean, there's like 5,000 Christmas movies if you watch Hallmark Network or the Hallmark
oh,
Channel.
boy,
Good
you
lord,
should see my mom's DVR.
that's
Love
rough.
It. Love you, mom.
Yeah.
Anyway, okay.
So you're gonna kick things off with number
I'm
5.
gonna
This
kick
is
things off with numero 5.
so 5 each. Patrick's number 5 Christmas movie.
The Polar
Favorite.
Express.
I do like Polar Express.
Tom Hanks. And you know what's funny? It was on TV the other day, and Tom Hanks. Like I looked up, I said, "How did they do?" I wanted to see what some of the behind the scenes was for it, and they have a behind the scenes on YouTube. And you can see Tom Hanks did the voice for like way more.
Oh, yeah. He's
like, even
Santa.
he's the kid.
I want to believe.
Well, thank you.
They just changed his voice, but
Wow.
he did all the motion capture, I
Yes.
should say,
Yeah.
for almost everybody. It was basically almost just him.
Of computer artists.
Yeah, wild.
Yeah, it was a groundbreaking animation at the time, but also hard to watch a little bit. I do the animation does throw me off a little bit. The story overcomes that for me.
Yeah.
I do gotta say the ticket is my favorite scene when the ticket gets loose and it's the whole one shot where it goes through like the forest, down the cliff, and like the adventure that takes on like a one shot. It's computer animation, but
How do you think they filmed that on a moving train?
it's not real.
Well, with the tickets not. But
It's a very stiff animation though. Like it is hard for a lot of people to watch. I think a lot of people do tune away. That was gonna make my list, but I did shy away from it, only because I know a lot of people have a hard time with that. But I gotta say, I love the
bowing down to
idea
the
with the
people,
bell.
aren't ya?
I love the idea with the bell. Like if
Yeah.
you believe, you hear the bell. And Tom Hanks' voice as
Yeah.
Santa, like they deepen it and give it such a crisp sound. I love that. Like it stands out to me every time. When he comes in, I get chills when he starts talking. Good pick.
I feel like, because it came out in 2004, I feel like the animation then, though, it was like, wow, this is such a cool movie. But when you watch it now, at least I keep hitting the microphone. I'm so sorry to all of you at home. But I keep finding that or I'm finding now that when I watch it, it is a little creepy at times.
Well, they've abandoned it since. Like they did the Nightmare or the Night Before, or the Scrooge movie.
Christmas Carol.
Christmas Carol with the same animation. Like after that, like Christopher Columbus, like they just dropped it because I guess animation kind of moved on to something different and better, or easier to make. And there's the emotion does kind of lack in the face.
Yeah.
But the story I think is great. I love it. That's a great pick. Number 5, Polar Express for Patrick.
Yes.
I'm gonna try and do graphics here. So.
Oh, okay. All right, Mr. Bobbert.
I got to put these in order on the fly here. I will say number 5 for me. I'm gonna go with my man Arnold and Sinbad. Jingle All the Way.
All the Way?
Yes.
What?
It is not a good movie, but I enjoy this film every Christmas, and I think. What could go wrong when you have Arnold, Sinbad, and young Anakin Skywalker in a film together? Like that right there, that's a money movie. Jake Lloyd before the problems. But I do gotta say, one of the things that really stood out to me on this film, and why I think I really enjoy it, Phil Hartman. He is hilarious. He's like the single dad in the neighborhood. He's like the perfect father, baking cookies, has a reindeer, and just... He played this character so well, and I always thought Phil Hartman was a genius. And I do like the plot and the idea, like, there is always that mad scramble every year for, like, the most popular toy. Tickle Me Elmo, whatever, Nintendo, whatever it is. And I thought the movie, yes, now everything's just an app, but I think the movie did a good job of creating the character and then also, like, capturing that feeling of, like, what am I gonna do? And running all over the place to find this hot toy. I find the movie enjoyable, and my favorite line, "Put the cookie down." It just makes me laugh every time he says it. So, do you watch this, or is this?
I have seen it. Yeah, I have seen it. I enjoyed it. Bold that it made you top 5, but I like it. And I was actually just talking with a buddy of mine, EJ, who does the little segment. I'm just going to hitting the microphone again.
Stop hitting. You're making me editing a pain.
Selfless promotion for The Good Life, Patrick Harney. He does a little segment called EJ's Thoughts. But he was telling me that that's one of his favorite Christmas movies. But he doesn't watch it at Christmas. He thinks he kept calling it a Thanksgiving movie. I think he was just messing with me. But yeah,
Currently, you can watch on Hulu, Disney Plus, and Tubi. For those of you that are interested in watching Tubi, everything's free. So if you don't have the other subscriptions, check it out on Tubi.
So that is number 5 for Rob. Jingle All the Way.
Put the cookie down. Is that Arnold? Did you think Arnold was in the room?
No.
Damn. No. All right.
You got to get it here.
Oh, that was good. That was good.
Honestly, that's the best I've ever done that. I've ever been able to do put the cookie down.
Put the cookie down.
All right. Sorry.
Number 4, Patrick Harney.
Number 4, The Christmas Chronicles. With Kurt Russell. I thought he was such a good, not the second one. The second one was just very, but the first one, he was such a good Santa Claus.
Are you waiting for a response?
No, I'm not. I'm talking to you at home, everyone, because clearly I've lost my pal Rob over here with this pick.
Yeah, we covered it when it first came out, and I was a pass. I did not like that movie.
That's okay. That's all right.
Kurt Russell, I will give you this. Kurt Russell was a good Santa Claus.
Let's get this party started.
And I liked the style that he had.
Yeah, it was like more rough edged.
Yeah,
or edgy.
He was kind of like a biker Santa type.
Yeah.
I also loved the aesthetic of the show. I think, or of the film, I should say. I think that was my favorite part, is how beautifully put together, like visually, the film was.
Okay.
Like it, and even in the second one, like the sets.
Yes.
Like there wasn't a lot of CG. It was pretty practical, which you don't see that anymore. So I think maybe that's why I really appreciated it too, was because of the technical aspects of it. I thought were really good.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I can appreciate that if you like that.
Thank you.
It was one I watched and done.
Okay.
But
that's all right. I
number
respect
4, Christmas Chronicle.
Yeah.
Love it. Number 4 for me. I tried to dig deep. I went with some kind of, I don't think popular picks, but I think you'll be impressed when you do watch my top 5, because I think you're going to like them. I'm going to say...
when you have to oversell your top 5 before you even get to number 4, I don't know.
I'm having a hard time ranking these two. I'm going to go with my man crush, Ben Affleck's Surviving Christmas at number 4.
What?
Have you seen it?
No.
So, to me, this is a fun movie. It has a great cast: James Gandolfini, Catherine O'Hara, Christina Applegate. Ben Affleck plays like this. He's this rich executive. I think he's a record consultant or manager, and basically, he's going through a mental breakdown. And during the holidays, he decides to go home, and he goes to his old house. And there's a new family living there, James Gandolfini and Catherine O'Hara.
So it's a Hallmark movie before
No,
Hallmark started making
it's
movies.
a good movie. So basically, he pays them, because he's so rich, he pays them to be his pretend family for the holidays because he wants to relive his childhood holiday.
No. I'll pay you. My family's not for sale, pal. I'll pay you $250,000. Welcome home, son.
And it's just funny because like the family's kind of having some money problems. Like they're just kind of like a blue collar family. And like the things that he puts these people through is just completely ridiculous. But then it's like, I'll give you an extra 20 grand. And James Gandolfini's response, like James Gandolfini is great and everything. And like watching him just kind of like stomach, because he doesn't want to do this.
Tom, you take the lead? Would it make any difference to you if I didn't want to? Not really. Oh, Christmas tree. Oh, Christmas tree.
But it's a great relationship story because they're kind of on the outs when Ben Affleck shows up. And because of the things he's making them go through, they kind of reconnect in their marriage that they've had for a long time. They have a daughter, Christina Applegate, who obviously isn't, nothing's going to surprise you. Obviously, her and Ben Affleck have a relationship. But the love story is very predictable, but it's cute. Like the movie is just an easy laugh to me. And I watch it kind of with just a permagrin every season. I find it funny, and it helps that Ben Affleck's in it because we all know my relationship with Ben Affleck.
It's very much a one-way
You've not
street.
seen it?
No, I've never seen it.
I love it. That's why I wanted to do this list.
Okay.
I want to introduce some new Christmas specials.
Yeah, I'll have to check it out.
Yes. That you can currently watch on YouTube TV, or if you have a subscription to Paramount Plus, you can check it out.
So you probably won't be able to watch it.
Or rent it for $2.99. Don't be a cheapskate. So, are we on number 3?
We're on number 3.
Alrighty, we're flying through this list.
Home Alone 2. Lost in New York.
You picked a sequel
I picked the sequel.
over the original?
Over the original.
Breaking all the rules, my friend.
I'm an outlaw. I love, like, after seeing this movie, that's what has made me, and I will, it's on my bucket list, go to New York at Christmas time. Like, all of just, I don't know, like, just the feeling that the movie gave me of what New York is like at Christmas time. Obviously, it's a movie, so it's, romanticized, but I don't know, I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, it's kind of like what
really
Casino did for Vegas, of capturing Vegas, like New York. They did such a good job of capturing the Christmas of what New York is during the holiday season.
And I love seeing all the shops with their windows,
Yes.
put together, and the big tree, like just all of it it made me feel good. And I love the Home Alone story anyway.
Yes.
And so to have him be lost in such a big place like New York, and the chances are that they find, Joe Pesci and Daniel Stern find, like, I don't know. It just made it fun. There was a certain, like, ritz to the film that I liked that was a little higher up.
That came close to making my list. That is a sequel. I think they expanded on the original to broaden it to all of New York City. I thought worked.
Yeah.
Like, also the coolest toy every kid wanted at that time, the talk radio recorder.
Oh, yeah.
Slow it down and make you sound like an adult. Everybody wanted that when that came out. That was amazing. You're right. Like Home Alone 2, I do gotta say, when I go to watch, if that's on TV, I enjoy it. Like, that is a very great sequel. I thought it was really well done.
And that's the one with the bird lady.
Yes, everyone was afraid of that.
But I loved what they did with her storyline, even
Oh,
though it
yeah.
was small.
And she had great seats to the opera.
Yeah,
Yeah, who wouldn't be friends?
exactly.
Perfect. So that's number 3 for you.
That's
Home
number
Alone
3,
2.
Home Alone 2, Lost in New York, baby.
We're running through this list. Number 3 for me is another man crush. I'm gonna go with Ryan Reynolds and my good friend Amy Smart
This is just friends.
with Just Friends. Yes. I think this movie is hilarious. And
is this even technically a Christmas movie?
Yeah.
I know it just happens around Christmas time. Or is it?
You're leading into our debate, my friend. Yes, it's at Christmas because he gets trapped at home for Christmas for the holidays.
Oh yeah. You're right.
So, and Anna Faris, I have to note, hilarious
It's
playing
actually
like
Anna
Faris.
Faris?
Sorry, but
Put some
playing
respect on her name.
the superstar singer and just like
Yeah.
everyone catering me. She crushed it.
Are you guys even listening to me? You guys are assholes. You're assholes. Run your neck.
Chris Klein, I thought was hilarious in this, and like Fat Ryan Reynolds when they do like young Ryan Reynolds in it, cracks me, especially the like end credit scene where they have him singing "I swear" in the fat suit. Like he does it. The
And
makeup's
such
actually pretty well done.
Well, but what's funny though is like, there's moments where the makeup's bad,
Yeah.
and then there's moments where it's pretty good, and it's all in the face.
Yes. And he
Especially
sells it.
around yeah, that's great.
But to me, this is kind of when like Ryan Reynolds was kind of out of the spotlight, like not such a huge star that he is today. But the movie is just, again, it's another like Permagrin, simple, predictable, but there's some really good humor in this movie, and the abuse, because like Ryan Reynolds is just this like again, I think he's like a recording, like he works for a big record label, and you know, he's got all this money. He goes home to the simple town during Christmas, and like he was a fat kid in high school. He's grown up to be this like rich, good-looking guy. Goes home.
Didn't he say he works out like 8 times a week?
Yeah.
Or something like that.
Yes, like yes. And then, you know, his high school crush he runs into, and like he cannot do anything right to try and get a date with her, get out of the friend zone. And this poor guy takes so much abuse. It's really funny. Him and his brother,
Yeah,
like
his
just,
brother's that's a really, really good part.
They just
They're
eat
constantly
the
just
crap.
smacking each other all the time.
It's a funny
Yeah.
Christmas movie, and that one currently on Netflix. So if you have your subscription,
Right.
check out Netflix
I
as
respect that.
Just Friends.
I respect that option. It's high on the list, but I respect it.
Nice. I like it.
do.
I like it.
All right.
We're getting into the top 2.
Dun dun.
This is serious stuff here. I want to go build a snowman. I'm really excited. This is getting me in a holiday cheer.
I know.
I love this. I love this.
I love Christmas time. It's my favorite holiday. My second favorite of all time, A Christmas Story.
You want me to talk?
The movie. It's
Yeah.
A Christmas Story. Okay.
The BB gun.
Yeah, you'll shoot your eye out, kid. No, but I'll tell you why. Because every year growing up, on Christmas Day, my parents and I, we would always go to my uncle's house, and he would have the movie playing on repeat all day.
So you had TBS on.
In no, he had the DVD. He had like all the behind the scenes and everything. But he would have it be playing all day, every day, but it would be in a separate room. And so there would be a point in the day where we would go and we would sit in there and we'd watch the whole movie through once, and then we could just hear it throughout. The narration in that movie is the best part of the movie itself. Like the clever one-liners or
Yeah.
The big one, the queen mother of dirty words, the F dash 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 word.
the wordplay of the narration is in my mind just the best part.
So
about
do
it.
you like when, because like I said, it's like on TNT, like they usually pop it on there for a 24-hour span. I think like Christmas Eve and day. You leave it on.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Just because when you can hear it, you can hear all of the parts of like, oh, and you know exactly what's happening.
Ralphie, you'll shoot your eye out.
Yeah. He's like, I gotta go to the bathroom.
Yeah, the kid with
Randy. and then his dad. What one of the narrations was like, some people are Protestants, some people are Baptists. My dad was an Oldsmobile man. like, oh, dude, I love it, man.
Hugely popular. No, that's a popular one. Christmas Story, I'm not a fan, by the way.
Not a what?
No.
What?
I've never bought into it. I don't know.
Okay. All right. That's okay. It's okay.
But I get the
You're
popularity.
entitled to have your opinion.
Yeah.
Even if
There's a
it's
reason why it's
wrong.
not in my top 5, right? Even if it's wrong. Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
Basically all my opinions.
No.
I'm going to come in now. Number 2.
Okay.
I love my number 2.
Okay.
This
No,
one.
I can't stand it.
This is the second movie I watched, Putting Up the Christmas Tree. So obviously,
Ooh.
my number one
You
is
watch
what we
movies
watch.
Putting Up a Christmas
Yes,
tree?
it's the same 2 movies
Oh, I
every
can't do
year.
it. I can't
Putting Up
focus.
the Christmas Tree, we have these movies on. So this is the second one
I do the Christmas
that we
music.
watch. My man Dennis Leary, nobody's favorite Kevin Spacey, The Ref.
I've never
1994's The Ref,
I've
directed
never
by
heard of
Ted
this.
Demme, which most people have seen Blow, same director. Kevin Spacey's in this. Judy Davis is in this. Dennis Leary had it. This is very early in Dennis Leary's acting career. I want to say this might be his first like feature film that he did after his whole stand-up bit. Dennis Leary plays, he's basically a thief. He tries to do this heist on like this really rich house in a small town. There's a booby trap. He's on the run, and he takes Judy Davis and Kevin Spacey hostage in their own home. The two of them are going through a divorce. So he is there waiting for his friend because this is a small town. They've put a lockdown on the city. You can't go anywhere, and he's just trapped in this house holding these people hostage. And the entire time, this divorcing married couple just do nothing but argue, just over every little thing. And the best part is Dennis Leary's there with like a gun. He starts getting involved. Like, did you say you'd quit smoking? You know.
Did you say that you would quit, Carolyn? Did you say that you would quit?
It's just funny because like he's so blunt. It's a typical Dennis Leary stand-up where he's like curses the whole time, has the same delivery, but it's funny and it works in this character.
What makes this a Christmas movie?
Because it's at Christmas at home and they have family coming in for Christmas dinner. So then he's got to play their marriage counselor as this family's coming in to dinner, and like it just keeps getting worse and worse as the day goes. The best Santa Claus scene I've ever seen in my life, where a person in the town plays Santa Claus coming, like he goes house to house delivering these fruit cakes, and like families keep feeding him alcohol. So by the end of the movie, he's like wasted.
Now get the hell home, George, before we call your wife.
Honestly, George, what an example.
Santa was mean to me.
I'm serious, George.
Yeah? Well, maybe Santa won't come back next year. Maybe him and the Easter Bunny will take a f***ing cruise to Jamaica.
He starts peeing in a bush. Like, there's so many funny scenes in this movie.
Why is
that
this not a...
I don't know why this is not a Christmas classic. I literally, every time after the tree is up, because we get through the tree's up by the first movie ending, we sit down and watch The Ref, and I crack up beginning and end. There's a lot of great characters in this, and I don't know if fans of Dennis Leary who watch Rescue Me, there's some actors from Rescue Me that you see in The Ref that you can tell he built relationships with and then took to Rescue Me. So it's a great film. It is a great Christmas movie because it does obviously take that turn, teaches you some family values in life, and it has a great ending to it that I think it's a Christmas classic in this household.
All right.
So
I respect that.
that
a
one
deep
you'd
dive.
have to rent, unfortunately. It's not streaming anywhere. You'd have to pay the $2.99 to watch.
Yeah, that's a deep dive. Well, it's usually like $3.99 for HD.
Worth it. I bought that. I
But
own
if you're
that
gonna
movie.
do it, do you want to go standard depth?
No. Not in a movie made in 1994.
That's what I'm saying. Like go original.
Was it 94? It was 94. Yeah.
Anyhow.
Came out on Laserdisc.
Laserdisc.
We're down to the number one film.
Oh!
This is a big moment.
I want you to guess what mine is.
I think it's going to be the same as mine.
What is it?
Well, I can't say mine because it's your turn.
But say it.
I'll let you know if it's, the same.
I'll be dead set if like I'm not gonna change.
My shirt's a huge hint as to what my number one is.
Okay.
So you go. Number one.
Elf.
Great film.
That is my number one. Will Ferrell as Buddy the Elf. Bob Newhart as Papa Elf. James Caan.
All right, let's get it over with.
But and that's another thing. It takes place in New York.
Yeah.
And, you know, I don't know, the whole heart of that film.
It's amazing, the emotion in that film
Yeah.
for being such a comedy
Yeah.
throughout the whole film, and at the end, like, it really pulls at your heartstrings. I think that is a great film. I think, yes, that would probably be my top five. I tried to go a little off the charts with some unknowns, but it is so, again, a permagrin. And Jon Favreau, amazing job directing. Like, I really think that kind of turned the tide for him to be this major film director that to be taken very serious in the world. I think that was a big turning point in his career. There's just so many funny parts of like the world's #1 coffee. It's like, you
did it! Congratulations! World's best cup of coffee.
One of the most like I don't think gets enough notice or what am I trying to say? Enough recognition for that movie is the store manager that has to work with Buddy, and he's like, Santa is coming. I was like, Santa! He's like, this isn't it. He's like, yes, it is.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
I thought his delivery was just so well done. It's not that big of a part, but like.
And then when he plays Santa, and after he had kicked Buddy out and he told him never to come back, you see him and he's just like Buddy's, standing over there. He's just ho ho ho. Staring at Buddy like I'm gonna whoop you. Yeah. And also I love the innocence.
Yes.
In the movie that Buddy the Elf has, like with was it the guy's name was Francisco? He's like, ooh, Francisco. It's like or whatever the receptionist's name was.
Yeah. Oh, I like.
And he's like, ooh, I like that. And he tells her that her face should be on a Christmas card.
Yeah.
And he's like, you have such a beautiful face. It should be on a Christmas card.
No, it was a great premise to just bring that innocence in, and it's like I said at the end when they start singing, like it's amazing the emotion you feel where you're like, man, I just been laughing at this movie, which is so ridiculous about a human elf coming to New York, and you lose complete track of that watching the film and get really caught up into the plot. It is a fantastic Christmas movie.
Well, and I think it's so well done because the heart of it is something that everybody can relate to. Like everybody just wants to know this sense of family, and Buddy is just trying to find his real family,
where he belongs. Yeah,
like that's the heart of it. And when you keep that going as the through line for the whole film, like you're gonna have a good film. And what's crazy is Will Ferrell I think somewhat recently, or it was done shortly after, but I just heard about it recently, which is very much like plausible, but he turned down $27 million to do a sequel.
And good for him, because I don't think this movie should have a sequel.
No, it should not.
Look what Christmas Story 2. Like, just don't do it.
Yeah. Ugh. I never even watched it because I was like, this is
shouldn't be done.
Blasphemy. Yeah.
Nice. I love it. That was a great number 1.
Thanks, buddy.
Good job. That was a good number 5. I mean, I liked 3 of the 5, so that was well done.
Thank you.
I appreciate it.
I appreciate you.
Yeah.
All right, let's hear your numero uno.
My number 1. This was just too easy. I wasn't, like I said, this was one of the RSTLNEs that I was not gonna put. But you said pick your favorite.
Yeah. If it's your favorite,
there's no better Christmas movie. I'm dropping the mic. This is the top Christmas movie I'm gonna guarantee on everybody's list. It is 1989's National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation.
That is a classic.
You can't get any better than this.
It is a
Cousin
classic.
Eddie, that's one of the greatest characters ever made.
He's great.
And it's a John Hughes film. This, I think, I mean, I know everyone loves Vacation and like European Vacation, but to me, this is the number 1 vacation movie of the Chevy Chase vacation films. I think this movie is just so well done at capturing every element of Christmas and just being so funny from the moment it starts till it ends. I mean, the lights on the house being so ridiculous. The family, the old aunt coming in like, don't
throw me down, Claude.
I'll try not to, Aunt Bethany.
There's so many things going on where like you're just laughing throughout. And I don't know, and I would put the challenge out there, I don't know that there's a movie that is more quoted than Christmas Vacation. When you're at gatherings, I throw out quotes to this movie all the time, and I hear people throwing out quotes. Maybe I'm aging myself. Maybe there's a new group that doesn't say it quite as much. But
see, I feel like Elf is that new one.
Oh yes, I would say Elf is there, but I think how many times do you see it during the holiday season? My dinner was full. Like everyone uses that joke. Like that is still standing. This movie came out in 1989.
Yeah.
Like, and it still stands. But this is the movie every year when the tree is going up. It is on, and we can put it on mute. I will just say all the lines throughout. Like it is one of the funniest movies I've ever seen. Not even just a Christmas movie. It is one of the top comedies on my list. I find it hilarious.
Yeah, that's a good choice. I respect that top 5. There's a couple of them that are a little suspect, but
yes, but no. So as an overall top 5, like
I think we got a good list.
I
We
think
each
so.
have some good lists that I think for those of you at home who have not seen any of these films, check them out. You know? Because at the very least, you're gonna have a nice laugh and you're gonna enjoy. You're gonna feel good after watching them.
Yeah,
you know, because Christmas movies is one of those things where you always feel good after.
No, and I think you kind of grade Christmas movies on a curve. I think you're like, oh, it's a Christmas movie. Oh, I'm gonna like a Christmas 2, Christmas 10 is gonna be like a real movie too. Like you just kind of grade on a curve because you just want to smile. You're already in a good mood. But I think we give our attackers some good material, and we want to hear from you. Leave some comments below on what you think of our top 5 list. If we introduced you to some, if you think we got them wrong, if you think we're crazy for putting some of these movies, like Christmas Chronicle, let us know.
Whatever
But
Ben Affleck movie that was.
We're not ending this yet. I think it's time for the great debate.
Hold on, let me get my brass knuckles here.
Let's get ready to rumble!
So, people following us on social media, I think you've seen the debate's been going on for a couple weeks now about whether or not...
A couple weeks, a couple years.
Well, between us, a couple weeks.
Yeah.
It started on the last episode. We've done some memes and that on Facebook. Whether or not Die Hard is a Christmas movie. And Patrick, you were pretty blunt a couple weeks ago of like, it is not.
It's not.
Why is it not?
Because it's not. Just because it takes place around the time of Christmas. Okay, I'll give you that. It does. It takes place around the time of Christmas. But there's never, at any point in my recollection, that there is any sort of Christmas cheer, any sort of Christmas themed. It's literally the fact that it takes place around the time that Christmas also happens to take place.
Like Lethal Weapon?
Yeah, that's not a Christmas movie to me.
I will agree with you.
Okay, so if you agree that Lethal Weapon's not a Christmas movie, then Die Hard's not a Christmas movie. Because if Lethal Weapon is if Die Hard is a Christmas movie, Lethal Weapon is just as much of a Christmas movie because there is just as much Christmas, if not a little more, than there is in Die Hard, and you know that to be true.
So here's where I'll disagree.
Okay.
Lethal Weapon and Die Hard, between the two, you could take Christmas out of the plot of Lethal Weapon.
Yeah.
Take it out of the story. It doesn't change the plot.
How does...
When you take Die Hard, Christmas has to be part of the plot because that's why there's less security. That's why he's coming home. Like, if you take Christmas out of the story, it changes the plot of the movie. Like, there's a reason why they're at the Christmas party. There's a reason why security is light that night and why they're planning this heist and why John McClane's coming home, because it revolves around Christmas.
But
so if you took that out of it, it changes the plot of the movie.
But okay, I agree with that. But just because Christmas is, or the holiday of Christmas is the backdrop, doesn't make it a Christmas movie.
I wouldn't say it's
because
the
there's nothing
backdrop.
that really is done. There's nothing really done that is Christmas in the forefront of the plot.
But again, because I think it plays a huge role in the plot because it sets the premise, it sets the tone. It's the reason why certain things are in place and why he's coming home. It kind of like he's fighting for his family. It's Christmas time. Like, there are Christmas things going on throughout. I mean, the limo driver's listening to Christmas tunes, blah, blah, blah. But like, he's coming home for Christmas. It's a Christmas party. Again, like I differentiate between Lethal Weapon and Die Hard. I don't think Lethal Weapon's a Christmas movie because, again, like, that takes place at Christmas time. You could remove Christmas from Lethal Weapon and the plot doesn't change. If you remove Christmas from Die Hard...
But see, does it?
Yes.
Because he has Riggs over for Christmas at the end of the film, but that's a big moment for their characters.
You could have them over for any dinner. It doesn't change the
so you
story
could
of the...
also, you could also have John McClane come home for any for any reason. You could have the security.
But then you'd have normal security.
But you could have the security be light for any reason.
You wouldn't have a holiday party. No. Like
you could have just an employee work party. It doesn't have to be a Christmas party.
You could, but again.
There are things that you could change. You could just simply substitute, and the whole plot and everything wouldn't change. You would just. But
I still think it's a fight for family. It's
you could have the limo
Christmas
driver
spirit.
listening to hard rock or classic rock.
I think there's enough Christmas embellished within the plot, and again, because I think if you take it off Christmas, you would have security. Everything would be normal. There'd be no holiday party. You wouldn't have any of that. So the whole plot of the film just adjusts from that point. And again, he's fighting for his family. It's Christmas. It's again about Christmas being together.
For your family at any point
True,
in the year.
but because of this being such a strong plot point is why I think Die Hard is a Christmas movie.
Okay.
And I think again because if you take those elements out of it, you don't have Die Hard. It wouldn't work. You have to have Christmas as part of that plot to make that entire movie work the way it does.
Then how come Bruce Willis didn't say Merry Christmas, mother?
Because it wasn't Samuel L. Jackson playing John McClane. I think we're going to have to leave it to the attackers. Comments below. I will say Patrick's losing this argument on Facebook, so I'm pretty confident in my argument when you...
Oh, you've polled like 2 people that love to just give me shit. So...
No, I've gotten some outsiders.
Your brother?
Nope, high school friends. But let's hear from you guys.
My wife.
You guys are going to have to be the judge of this debate. Leave some comments below. Let us know if you're on my side, whether or not Die Hard is a Christmas movie, or if you're on Patrick's side, the wrong side.
Are you on the good side or the dark side?
Dark side's got all the cool toys, so you're going to want to be on this side. We got AT-AT walkers.
What did you just say?
Yep. AT-AT walker, Star Wars. You said dark side.
Yeah, okay, AT-AT walker.
You know what an AT-AT walker is?
It sounded weird the first time you said it. Well, we got Yoda and Grogu. Baby Yoda, yeah, you know.
Wiped out by the Emperor.
You know, that's what you think.
So let us know. Thank you, everybody, for watching. This has been fun. We're not done for the year yet. Like I said, we've got a year-end episode coming up next. You're going to want to stick around for that because we got some really cool. We're going to take a look at the year in review. Some of our favorites. We're going to check all that out with you. But we want to say, from Attack on Show Studios to you, we hope you have a Merry Christmas. We hope you guys spend some quality time with your family. We're kind of nearing the end of the pandemic. It's been nice to be around people again. Hopefully you're getting out with your family and enjoy the season better than last, because that's right. We always want to be progressing forward, and I think we are.
I think we are too, and I hope everybody has a safe holiday if they're traveling, because you know you never know with the weather. Sometimes it can get a little crazy. But yes, we wish you
a little frightful.
But yes, we wish you a very, very Merry Christmas, and God bless everyone, and have a wonderful holiday and wonderful Christmas time. And thank you for always watching, and thank you for always making sure that you are showing us love, and I hope that you feel loved by us. So thank you.
As always, I'm Robbie.
I'm Patrick Harney.
And this is
Attack on Show.